Welcome to Rock and Roll Damnation, guys. It's an absolute pleasure to have you guys here with us today when we talk about the Rock is Not Dead Festival, which is at the Koala Tavern in Brisbane on February the 1st. Avalanche are headlining this special event. How did you guys come to be involved in the festival?
Well, yeah, first of all, thanks so much for having us. We really appreciate
Yeah,
you giving us the time. It's awesome, awesome, awesome to be here
yeah,
with you.
yeah. And the guys who run it, they've been fans of ours for a while. They've come to a few of our shows. They're based in Brisbane, but they've come to a few Melbourne shows. Like they're really dedicated. They really like seeing the music. So that's kind of how we got to know them.
Really, really cool to see people
Yeah.
just, like getting into that scene and, like giving it some
Mm.
life, which is, awesome.
Yeah, they told us they were organising this festival, their first festival they've ever organised, and they've done a really good job. They put a really good lineup together. We were more than happy to be a part of it.
Been very, very helpful for us as well.
Mhm.
To us, sorry, I should say.
Yeah, they've got a page, the Rocky's Not Dead page, and they promote us. They promote heaps of local bands, so they're really doing their bit, which is nice to see.
How important is a festival like this to our independent music scene, emerging and established artists? I think the initiative of what Shane and Pablo have done with Rock is Not Dead is incredible.
Mm.
Um, to be a part of it and obviously to be the headliners on it is pretty special. Is this the sort of thing that the industry needs?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely, man. Yeah.
definitely.
Like I mean, coming from Sydney, like we try to play Brisbane as many times as we can, but we've definitely noticed there like we it needs some really good rockin' bands and some really good rockin' events and concerts, So it's
Mhm.
just so cool that we A get to be a part of it as the headliners, but B that it's even happening in the first place.
Mhm.
And I believe they're also trying to bring it to Sydney as well. So it's just, yeah, I can only see it expanding and growing and becoming
Yeah.
a bigger part of the industry and the music culture in Australia because, that's where this music comes from, I mean, the kind of music we play at least, it's rooted in Australian culture, it's rooted in Australian history, especially in the pub scene and all of that, so we're gonna keep it alive, we're gonna keep it going and
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and especially with a lot of the like bigger festivals scaling back and getting cancelled and getting rescheduled and that kind of thing, it's good to have like a smaller festival that people can enjoy with local independent artists and not just the same handful of headliners you see at every other festival.
That's exactly right. It's what's been missing to grow and develop, and hopefully, an event like Rockers is not dead. Will put a lot of the bands that are playing on this festival on the radar of some of these bigger promoters and go, maybe this is the future. Maybe this is the way. Maybe this is what we need to do. Maybe we need to invest. Somebody's invested, so let's
Yeah,
take
exactly. I
it,
think it'll
open it up
start.
again.
I'd say it's
Yeah,
in right in the name, like rock is not dead. And that's what we're going to prove on that night, and that's hopefully what we're going to really show the industry and the scene.
I mean, you guys have a pretty unique story. I mean, you're into your seventh year of being a band. I mean, I was a late adapter. I think I first saw you guys in 22. I think you supported James Rain at the Corner Hotel.
Might have been
Might have could
kids.
be
might have
wrong.
been Dead City Ruins at the Corner Hotel.
Oh, was it
Or
We,
Dead City Ruins? Sorry, my bad. Dead City Ruins. Sorry.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
it
yeah. We
was the
have played
Dead
the
City
corner
Ruins.
tone.
Sorry, it was. Just
no worries.
Yeah,
sorry, Steve.
There's been a lot of gigs. It's okay.
it's all just one big gig at the end of the day.
Life.
Absolutely. But you guys seem to make the trip down here to Melbourne sort of on a monthly basis, and that's something that we
Yeah,
love.
we do.
Yeah,
I
what did
I
we do
think
last year?
I think we broke our record last year. I think we came down like 12 or more times. So yeah, basically once a month average. So yeah, we've come down a lot, and we played Cherry Bar a lot too. James and the whole Cherry crew are really nice to us, so we always enjoy playing there, and always willing to make the trip down for a good gig or a good band that wants us to play.
And I mean that's commendable to you guys as well because you're willing to take yourselves on the road and put yourselves out there. And I mean, obviously being in Sydney, I mean the distances between Queensland and Victoria aren't that great, so it kind of makes it a nice little position for you guys to sit in. And being the only Sydney band on the lineup is really cool to see. And you know the I know that Shane and Pablo are super excited to have you guys on board. So well done.
Yeah, we're very excited to be on
Yeah, we
board.
definitely hope to bring it. Like we did recently win and played the headlining, or not headlining, but a really good slot at the Early Beach Music Festival last year and the year before prior, winning the competition. So we do hopefully like bring some pretty good fans. Like we do have some pretty good followings
Yeah,
in that
we were
way.
telling everyone about this festival at Early, and a lot of people are like, "We're coming." So hopefully it'll be a pretty big night.
Absolutely, and I mean that was one of my next questions. Was that I mean you guys had such a big year last year. So, a couple of killer singles. You did Early Beach. You did Japan. You were here
Yeah.
in Melbourne on a regular basis. What were the other highlights of 2024 for you?
Well, I'd say like we've really focused on like releasing music as well, and that was probably one of the biggest parts for like our journey last year.
Yeah, the
That you
most
can
of
really
the
look back at
yeah.
and just sort of see like all the progress that we made because we did 4 singles last
Most
year.
kind of singles we've done in a single year.
And yeah, each one we did like a really good like campaign surrounding with gigs and
Yeah,
doing
we
like a tour on and just
I
really
think
made a
we
big event of it.
yeah, I think we probably got the most like what do you call it, like international PR kind of behind all this stuff. Like we were featured in like classic rock and rock art in Germany and Rolling Stone in Brazil and things like that that we've never had before. So I think we've kind of reached the most amount of countries thus far, like on Spotify and media and radio wise. Like we got so much radio plays than we ever expected.
And I mean,
That was a
obviously,
cool
we
highlight.
mentioned like Early Beach was probably absolute top of
Yeah,
the tops for us. I think
and
it was like a
Japan.
couple of thousand people in the audience, and it was magic.
Yeah,
It was
I
really
think
it was different. It was such a different experience, you know.
yeah, I think it was about 3,000 people, so definitely the biggest crowd we ever played to, and it was fun playing on a big stage with that whole production behind us, and got to turn our amps up all the way and that kind of thing. So that was a lot of fun. Japan too. Japan, even though we're playing much smaller venues, we got to turn our amps up all the way too. So that was a lot of fun. It was a very cool scene in Japan.
All of our favorite gigs are the ones where we can turn it all the way up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you guys still completely independently run? You've not signed to anybody, or you've got no label behind you. Is that correct? Or
No, we don't have a label now. We do have a manager and a booking agent, but yeah, pretty much everything else we just do ourselves.
how do you find that? How do you find having control? I mean, I have my theories and understandings of labels and where they sit in things. Is it much more self-satisfying? It's probably, you know, a part that has a little bit of resistance to it, but do you find it more rewarding to be able to be in control of everything that you do?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so for sure.
definitely.
And like it really works like for us because we're married and we live together. So we can kind of do it like constantly and like on 24/7
Yeah.
almost. Like actually it can be a little hard to turn it off. Sometimes that can be a difficult thing.
Yeah, we did
But
kind of try to do like all parts of the process ourselves. Like we kind of shoot and edit our own videos. We kind of do all our own cover art and posters and things like that.
I think over the years, like we've sort of developed like there's just like steps to the process, and like especially nowadays, like with social media and like the internet and everything being like right at everybody's fingertips.
Like
So
more gates are open, I guess.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's definitely easier to get everything out there. Like I suppose that the really hard part nowadays is just standing out. So really like getting that part down pat and just like making sure that like what you make is the best of your ability and making sure that what you put out is like what you imagined it to be. Everything else can kind of just fall into place as long as you really are just pushing that, you know.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's almost probably a full-time job within itself these days, understanding algorithms and social medias and platforms and that sort of stuff. Do you get an enjoyment in it? Must be so satisfying seeing the growth that you're actually achieving yourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I won't lie, it can be a slog sometimes, and we're not all that like we're not really on social media ourselves. We're just kind of on it for the band, so we're not really on it in our personal lives, kind of thing.
I,
But it is definitely like when you do a post and it does well, and you slowly see your followers growing and growing throughout a tour or release, it's definitely good to see and good to see you're doing something right.
it's also pretty interesting. Like I'd say, like at first, when we first like started really getting into it, like I mean, like everyone sort of says, it could be like a very hard sort of thing to get right and very frustrating to sort of do. But I'd say after doing it for like a while now, it's like oh, like it can be creative in its own like way, and like it's like a different way of thinking creatively, and like can really open up like a lot of doors when you sort of start thinking of it as like almost part of the music.
Yeah, like we've actually taken the time to film a whole bunch of covers and things like that we're slowly going to be releasing. So we're just kind of using it as an opportunity to play more, showcase our playing more. Just yeah, so we're not really focused so much on just like what is the trendy thing. What's we're not going to make like those cringy kind of TikTok lip singing kind of videos, but we're going to do what makes us happy and what's creative for us as well. And hopefully that resonates with some people as well.
Now, the brand of rock and roll that you guys play is synonymous with Australia. It's that loud in your face guitar. It's a rhythm section, and they're searing vocals. Face it, they're vocals sung with attitude and intent. You guys are able to do that and deliver that really, really well. In the writing process for what you create, is that something that comes very naturally? Is it ingrained? Does it come from early influences?
Yeah, I think it's probably come from early influences and just years of doing that. Like, oh, obviously AC/DC is my favorite band. You could probably guess. And when I first started learning guitar, I really took the time to learn every single song of theirs. So I know like their guitar playing, I know their songwriting kind of back to front. And I've done the same with a few other bands, like from Airborne to the Rolling Stones to Kiss to Motorhead. I just try and learn as much as I possibly can just by ear, by doing it kind of thing. And you kind of get to reverse engineer all these songs and pick up little, songwriting habits and riff writing habits and that kind of thing, and you just put it in your own music.
It's funny for her, I'd say it probably was a much more natural thing. But for me, like I'd say it's taken like at least a few years to get that writing style down pat, and really like accentuate all the things that we want to put into that sort of music. So it's interesting that it does sort of come naturally to her, and not so much to me. But yeah, like when we work together, it seems to really come through, and I'm really happy with what like we end up writing, and how we have taken the direction of the sort of songs and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. And no, as I said, you guys do it extremely well, and it's a real tip of the hat. I love what you guys do. As far as the bill that we've got there, have you had much exposure to the other bands on Rock Is Not Dead?
Yeah, Goatzilla, we've played quite a few gigs with. I think one of our first like Gold Coast or Brisbane gigs we played with them. So we've known them for a while.
Ben's really nice. We really get along with him, so it'd be nice to share a beer with him. And
we don't know the rest of the guys like.
I mean, we definitely see it. We know
yeah,
them. We would know them from like
we
socials.
Follow each other's socials, and we've seen them around and that kind of thing. So yeah, keen to play with all those guys that we haven't played with yet.
Yeah, Black Whiskey definitely came with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whiskey's on there.
A few whiskeys on there, but yeah.
Absolutely. It'll be a night of whiskey, no doubt. Look forward to or not look forward to the day after, but it'll be a great time, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
Just just touching on this sort of stuff. I mean, what can we expect from your show or your set at Rock Is Not Dead?
Yeah.
Is there new material? Is there being a year, will we hear a new song or?
Yeah, well, actually, we have been putting quite a few new songs in the set, so you might hear a few of them.
We actually did some recording over the weekend, just recently, putting a few things down. Can't really say too much, but we're definitely going to be playing some of those songs.
And there'll be a few for the stuff that people know that's already out. There'll be a few extended solos.
Yeah, definitely play all the songs from last year that we released. Like, I'd say another thing is like playing the festival last year, playing a few other bigger shows. We've started to sort of get into our sort of headliner boots a bit, and like I think we definitely have a few tricks up our sleeve, like ready to pull out.
Yeah, learning to utilize a big stage,
bigger stage, like a bigger production,
that kind of thing. Yeah, so it should be cool.
Perfect. And I mean, there was an announcement sort of, I think in the last couple of months of last year that your rhythm guitarist and your drummer have parted ways with the band. How is the process of finding replacements going?
Yeah, it's
Oh
going
man,
pretty
yeah,
well.
like
Yeah,
definitely really, really
we
well.
were pretty. We yeah. After we did the post, kind of calling out for people, we got way more responses than we kind of anticipated.
Yeah, we
So
kind of like didn't think there was going to be too much interest, to be honest. But
yeah,
I mean, definitely got a teeth kicked in on that one because
yeah.
yeah, we ended up having like 6 or 7 guitarists and like a
Couple
bunch of
drummers.
drummers and yeah, everyone. But we managed to firstly we sorted out some really good hired guns for the next couple of short shows, probably the next tour, to be honest.
And we'll be doing a few like trial kind of gigs with some of the people that are auditioning. So yeah, you'll see some new faces, I guess, throughout the tour and at the festival as well. And yeah, we'll see how it goes
And
with
some
that.
of these guys, like, they've been playing in bands for years and like really, really impressive resumes. And just yeah, it's it's awesome to see like that. It's yeah, it's the everything's still 100% kicking on.
Yeah, yeah. Right on the spot.
So I guess, if we had to sum it up, and if you had to pitch Rock is Not Dead to the public out there, why should people come and see Rock is Not Dead?
Well, it's an Aussie rock music festival run by Aussie rock music lovers, a bunch of really great Aussie rock bands. So if you like Australian music, if you like local rock bands, if you're just love Aussie music in general, and you're like-minded in that way, then this is the perfect festival for you.
Look, rock is not dead.
Yeah.
It is surely alive. We are the proof, living proof right in front of us.
As is every band.
And we're going to show it. We're going to prove it. And if you really, really want to know, come down to the Koala Bar in Capalaba, or the Koala Tavern.
Koala Tavern. Yeah.
Excellent. So, and just before we wrap things up, this is your chance to plug anything and everything Avalanche. First question is, will we have merch at the show, at the Rock?
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Have we
man.
got our wallets?
We're doing a stock up now, so
Yeah, we'll have all the designs that we previously have had, and maybe some new ones as well. So we're definitely going to be fully stocked.
Our new EP that we just released towards
Yeah,
last year as well.
Yeah, we might even have some of the recordings from the weekend eventually.
Maybe.
We're gonna be loaded. We're gonna have heaps of stuff.
Yeah. Whatever we can fit on the plane.
Fantastic, guys. Look, thank you so much for spending the time with us and giving us your take on Rock is Not Dead, which is Saturday the 1st of February at the Koala Tavern in Brisbane. We look forward to seeing you there, and I'm sure it's going to be an absolutely amazing night. If anything is to go by from having seen you guys live, I'm super excited to see you guys, and I'll see you there at Rock.
Thank you so much, man. We really appreciate the time.
Thank you.